It is a southern morning. She is 15. The desert sun burns above her as she stands on the banks of the Nile. Servants lead her and 4 others. Merchandise for sale. Her wrists are tied with a rope that still carries the smell of fear and sweat from the girl who didn't survive the journey. She came from the mountains, where the trees are thick and the air smells of rain. Here the air is dry, sharp, and smells of stone and skin. In Waset they examine her like an animal, noting her height, washing her skin, rubbing oil on her body, and dusting her with scented powder. No one asks her name. Her body is the only thing that matters. One of the men in white says she will serve in private quarters, hidden behind a curtain, out of sight, but under constant watch. That night she is given a corner room next to the master's bath. She is not allowed to speak or appear without permission. She is not to pour wine, not to serve guests, not to be seen. Her place is beside his bed. This is how she becomes Hema, a woman with no voice, whose value lives only in her body. Her belly grows. Servants look at her differently, less disdain, more distance. She is no longer just a concubine, she carries the nobleman's child. He laughs when he sees her, and says the child will bear his name. From that moment she becomes Anwad, the mother of a future heir. Something shifts. She still lives in a prison, but the locks are plated in gold. The wife says nothing, but once her voice slides past like a knife. He'll tire of you, just wait. The boy is born, one cry and he's placed on her skin. The midwife smiles and says he's strong, he will live. The master calls it a sign of fortune. She's given a separate room near the kitchens, small, hot, but hers. She learns to survive not as a slave, but as a mother. More than a possession, but far from a person. 2 years pass. She has learned to smile without meaning it. She is now scent, shadow, and silk, silent and invisible. The master is a relative of the pharaoh. He has wealth, servants, a wife, and a library. One mistake from her could cost everything. His wife is beautiful, cruel, and always watching. She pretends Hema doesn't exist, but her clenched fingers and sharp gaze say otherwise. One evening the master summons her, not with a command, but with a gesture. What follows is quiet, practiced, a performance. When it ends, he places a pomegranate seed in her hand and says, "The gods are pleased." She nods, unable to imagine which god would want this. Mornings change, nausea, dizziness. The old housemaid places a hand on her belly and whispers that this might save her if the master chooses to keep it. From this moment, a new possibility begins, a hope that's unbearable in how fragile it is. The boy is 5. He runs freely through gardens, wears saffron linen, and eats off silver plates. She watches quietly, basket in hands, from a shaded corner. The master never touches her again. His wife has found religion and set new rules. She should feel relief. Instead, she feels absence. The boy asks why no one plays with him. She says, because they're jealous. But the truth is, he doesn't belong, not fully. He carries noble blood, but his mother is a slave. She teaches him to be soft, to lower his eyes, to fade in plain sight. One day he breaks a vase. The wife's scream threatens to crush them both. Her hand rises, but the steward blocks it, not out of pity, but because the boy is his. Later, the master announces the boy will go to school. She nods, grateful, terrified. School means being seen. When he pats her shoulder, she doesn't feel fear, she feels something even more dangerous. Hope. 5 more years pass. The boy is tall. He reads aloud, his fingers inked with knowledge. He speaks like a noble, eats like one. But when he looks at her, his voice softens. She is still a servant, but no longer average. She is Umad, mother of a recognized son. She cannot be sold, she cannot be passed along. Women in the market now glance with something like fear, because she is still here, because she endured. The master dies quietly. No final words, no procession. A silence hangs, and then freedom. The steward arrives with the document. Under ancient law, she is now free. She is no longer owned. For the first time, she just stands and breathes. She is 34. The house smells of fruit, not fear. Her room now has a door with a lock from the inside. Her clothes are made of linen, soft, white, unstained. Her name is recorded, not her price. He, her son, is now master of the house. But not like his father. He is kinder, quieter, wiser. He gives her back the one thing the house once took: dignity. They walk the market not as servant and heir, but simply as mother and son. Men bow, women offer help. And the mistress? Sent away, forgotten. One night she opens an old wooden box. Inside, a bracelet. The last thing from her first life. The forest, the rain. Her mother. She touches it and breathes. She is a woman with a name, a woman with a house, a woman with a son, a woman who survived, a woman who is free.